I was 17 years old. In February of 2021, I was in the bathroom. I felt very sick, and I was also feeling very suicidal. And I felt like I had nothing else to live for. So I took a test in the bathroom and I said, God, if you still want me to be here, if you still have a purpose for me here on this life, if I'm worthy, let this pregnancy test be positive. Let me have something to live for. When I had found out I was pregnant, I had also found out that I could not live in the house that I was living with. And then my mom suggested to me that if 2911 was somewhere that I would be willing to go. And she had mentioned how there is everything that I needed there. A house, programs, I could get a therapist, all of these things, everything that I need would be at this program. And to be able to give my daughter the safe environment that she needs. 2911 has balance with the part of me that wanted to live the life of Christ and the other part of me that just wanted to give up. And I struggled between wanting to go to church and wanting to go to the trauma group that 2911 has and all these amazing things, to resorting to the easier way out, to drugs, alcohol, and people who didn't really care about me. I was balancing between both of those things. The last time that I had left 2911 with my baby being born, I had went back into that relationship and immediately saw that that wasn't for me. But I was in denial, and I had to find out the hard way by losing her to CWS. And it all went downhill from there. It was just chaotic and destructive. I was losing myself, and 2911 was just trying to reel me back in. Even though I lost her, you can still come back. You can still come back. And it was always open arms. And I eventually fell off into doing meth, something that I never thought that I would ever do, because my family was full of that addiction. That's what had taken them away from everything, and it eventually took me away. And here 2911 comes on my psychosis that I was going through, and they took me back in. And that was the last time that I ever touched it ever again. When I went to the Lemon Grove prayer vigil, I had a spiritual awakening there for sure with 2911. I used to sleep over there where that house is, and I was homeless. I hit my knees when we were worshiping, and I just thanked God, because I was in a whole different space in my life. And I seen God drastically transform my life into what I never thought I could get to. I was homeless, and now I have a roof over my head in 2911, about to get my daughter back. When I was sleeping in that corner, wishing that I could hold her in my arms. It was definitely an experience. Last time that I came here, before that, I had got sober November 29th of 2022, and I went into an alcoholic program. I didn't have as much visits with her there. It was 1 hour for once a week for 4 months. And I sacrificed that time with her so that I could better myself to come back into 2911. I transitioned from the alcoholic program into 2911 and started getting more visits there. Started having more open space for her to be in, more hours, more time. And here I am now with both nights with her. For my child, my dream for her is just for her not to go through this generational curse that I went through addiction and abuse and neglect. I want her to know the love of God. I want her to know she's surrounded by people who love her, and not even by blood, by like family here that I've made, 2911, because this is my family now. Without 2911, I wouldn't be safe. I wouldn't be free from addiction. I wouldn't have a home. I would probably be in the streets, and I'm protected here and I'm safe, and it's given me opportunity that I wouldn't have had being out on the streets. It's given me a purpose.